In order to buy the coolest items in GTA Online, you'll need a good amount of money. You shouldn't be wasting time trying to make a ton of money. So today in this video, I will show you the ultimate guide to making money fast in GTA Online. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So yeah, there are a lot of cool items in GTA Online that we can purchase, right? Let's just go down to Warstock Cash and Carry. I mean, let's just sort by price. I mean, look at all these very, very expensive items that we can purchase right here. A lot of these options are multiple millions of dollars. So yeah, you're gonna need a decent amount of money in order to purchase a lot of these cool vehicles. But a lot of people I've realized just really don't know how to make a lot of money. A lot of people just waste time doing the wrong things in GTA Online. A lot of them just sit there and like, how in the world am I gonna make even more money so I can purchase these cool items? And well, there's a much easier way to do that. So I'm going to go over exactly what you need to do in this video in order to make a lot of money. But in order to be the most efficient as far as making money in GTA Online, you're going to need a lot of businesses. So if you're watching this as a low level, you're going to need to invest in other businesses in order to make a lot of money. But to start out this video, I'll go over exactly how to make millions of dollars as a low level person in GTA Online, so that you can actually have the opportunity to purchase these other businesses. So the best way to make millions in GTA Online as a low level is going to be this thing right here, this V on the map. This V on the map right here is going to be the Cluck and Bell farm raid. You just start out as a level 1, or let's just say you don't have any of these businesses I'm about to mention in a little bit. You can do the Cluck and Bell farm raid. You can make $500,000 within an hour. And for the first time completing the Cluck and Bell farm raid, you'll make $750,000. So yeah, you can actually go ahead, you can complete this in a pretty efficient amount of time. And the beauty with this is that you don't need to invest your money in anything in order to unlock this. You literally just start out in the game and this is already available to you. Now you can't just do this back to back. After you complete it once, you're gonna have to wait one GTA Online day, which is going to be 48 minutes before you can actually do this again. So now you're probably asking yourself, well, what do I do in that downtime? Because, well, I'm just gonna break it to you. $500,000 is a good amount of money as a low level, but you are not gonna be able to purchase everything in GTA Online at that point. So in between doing Cluck and Bell farm raids, you can actually go ahead and do the first dose missions. Now I'm only saying this as a low level player, because every time you complete the first dose mission for a first time, you get $50,000. And then for the final first dose mission that you complete, you get $250,000 for a first time bonus. So in total, first dose missions, you get $500,000 as a first time bonus. And guess what? Once you're done with that, well, there's more of these that you can do. You can do the last dose mission. And every time you do a last dose mission for the first time, you get a first time bonus of $100,000. So essentially doing the first and last dose missions for the first time, you get $1 million in first time bonuses. And also, I failed to mention this, doing the first dose missions for the first time, you get the Brickade 6x6, which can host your acid lab, which that's a very good business I'm going to talk about later on in this video. But also completing the last dose missions for the first time, you get the Ocelot Virtue, which is a free supercar that you can get. So pretty much that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do as a low level player in order to make a lot of money. So since we got that part of the video out the way, now we need to start getting into the good money making method. So right now I'm going to go over the 2 best ways to make money actively in GTA Online. The first one that we're going to talk about, you're going to need to go over to Dynasty 8. You're going to need to go to Dynasty 8 Executive. You're going to need to buy yourself an agency, which they're going to be these icons right here. So yeah, there's 4 agencies. Currently on this account, I have the little Seoul location. This is by far the cheapest one. It's just over $2 million. But anyways, the Vespucci Canals one is the next cheapest one. So then, yeah, maybe you would want to throw some accommodation to this. So in total, this will cost right around $2,400,000. Everything else with the agency, you're not going to need to upgrade in order to make money. And the vehicle workshop could come in handy so you can put Amani Tech on vehicles, but right now you're just trying to make money. You don't need that right now. All right, so here we go. I'm at my agency currently right now. I just spawned in upstairs. This is the upstairs right here. But you don't make money upstairs. You do not make money upstairs. So we need to go downstairs to the second floor. We need to go to our office. This is where we're going to be making the money. So you want to go onto your computer right here. And you want to go to VIP contract. And this is how you're going to be making millions of dollars right here. This is the VIP contract. And essentially, you're going out and you're trying to recover Dr. Dre's stolen music. But pretty much the reward that he gives you for completing this is going to be $1 million. And you can complete the contract, I don't know, you can probably complete the contract between an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. So yeah, you're making $1 million every hour. Let's just say an hour, 15 minutes. That's a really good amount of money. And that's not a lot of time either. It's definitely better than the Cluck and Bell farm rate. It's definitely a big step up when it comes to that as far as how much money you make in a certain amount of time. And when you do this for the first time, you get $700,000 in first time bonuses. But then after that, you're making $1 million. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a great way to make money. This is the second best active way to make money. But yeah, let's go over and let's talk about the best way to make money actively. And once again, you're going to need to purchase something. So we need to go over to the internet. This time we're going to go to Wars.cash and carry, and it's going to be via the Kasatka. So right now on my screen, you're not going to get a good idea how much this is going to cost you just because I already have this on this account. But essentially, in order to purchase the Kasatka, just plain without any upgrades, it's going to be $2,200,000. And honestly, just to start out, spending $2,200,000 on this is completely fine, because you just need the Kasatka in order to do the main money-making method, which is going to be the Cayo Perico heist. All right, so currently right now we're at the Kasatka. This is what it looks like, and this is the main area right here. This is where you need to go. This big screen right here, you want to access this screen, and this is where you're going to be doing the Cayo Perico heist. And the Cayo Perico heist is going to be the best way to make money in GTA Online actively. So the Cayo Perico heist, it varies, but for the most part, you can make anywhere from $900,000 to $1.1 million. Unless if you get the pink diamond, which is the best primary target, then you can make upwards of 1.4 million. So yeah, making like $900,000 of profit, like that is like the worst case scenario with the Cayo Perico heist. That is not as much money as the contract, but you can complete this a lot quicker. Like for me, I can complete the Cayo Perico heist anywhere between 45 and 55 minutes roughly, just depending on what setups I get. But anyways, a big thing with the Cayo Perico heist, one thing you need to pay for the Kasatka, which is 2.2 million. But every time you want to run a Cayo Perico heist, you're gonna have to go to this screen, press right on the D-pad, and the setup cost is $100,000, which is a little steep. So when I'm saying $900,000, that's profit. So at the end of the heist, you're gonna be making like $1 million at its lowest. But then I'm also taking into account that we had to pay $100,000 to set it up. So that would be $900,000 roughly. But once again, with the Cayo Perico heist, just like the contract and the Cluck and Bell farm rate, you get first time bonuses too. So if this is your first time doing the Cayo Perico heist, you're going to be making a lot more money. So first things first, the primary target first time you do it, it's going to be the Madrazo files, which is going to pay a lot more. The Madrazo files pay similarly to a pink diamond. So that is very beneficial. But then there's also first time bonuses. So if you do the Cayo Perico heist correctly in the most efficient way, the finale, you'll be making $700,000 in first time bonuses, which that could be a little bit confusing too, just because the Cayo Perico heist is a very complicated thing to do because there's a lot that can go into it. But I do have a specific solo guide on my channel. So after this video, after you watch this video, so you learn the best ways to make money actively and passively, which I'm about to get to in a second, make sure you watch that video so you understand truly how to do Cayo Perico heist, what setups you need to do, how to complete those setups, and how to get into the finale, and the best ways to complete the finale. But anyways, yes, the Cayo Perico heist, this is the best way to make money actively. So Cayo Perico heist is number one, and the contract at the agency, what we just talked about, is going to be number two. So those are the best two ways solo to make money in GTA Online actively. But now we need to go ahead and we need to start talking about passive money, because yeah, you can go out, you can play the game in order to make money, kind of like how I just explained. Like in order to complete the Cayo Perico heist, in order to complete the contract, you have to pick up your controller, you're gonna have to play the actual game, you're gonna have to go out and complete specific tasks in order to make money. Passive money is a completely different animal. Passive money is not, that's not necessarily the case. The game is gonna have to be on, but you do not have to do anything specifically in order to make money. You just have to set up a few things every once in a while, and you just let the money roll in. in, and that is the beauty of passive money. So you want to talk about the ultimate money making guide, you gotta talk about passive money. Just in order to make a ton of money, you're gonna need to take advantage both of active money and passive money. I just went over active money, but now we need to get into the passive money. So passive money, how are we gonna make passive money in GTA Online? So the first way we're gonna talk about passive money is actually going to be the Acid Lab, and we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier in this video. Let me go over to the Freak Shop and explain exactly what I mean. Okay, so we've made it over to the Freak Shop, and behind me, you can see this big monstrosity right here. This is going to be the Brickade 6x6. We got this absolutely free when we completed the first dose missions. That's what I just touched on earlier in this video. But let's just say we didn't do that. Let's just say we didn't do that, right? But now we're gonna be using the Brickade 6x6 to make money. So we just got the Brickade 6x6 for free for completing the first dose missions. But let's just say we didn't do that. Let's just say we didn't do that, right? Well, it's going to cost a lot more. You go over to Warstock Cash and Carry. I need to scroll down a little bit. And here we go. This is the Brickade 6x6. So yeah, we got the Brickade 6x6 for absolutely free. But now we need to upgrade this thing into an Acid Lab. That's going to cost us $750,000, which isn't a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. Now that you know that you can make a good amount of money with the Cayo Perico heist, the contract from Dr. Dre, you can easily make $1 million in roughly an hour. So yeah, $750,000, not bad. And now you've just turned this thing into a money-making machine. So yeah, now on the inside, we can actually make product. Product is going to be acid. And well, essentially, you're going to need supplies. And once you get supplies, that supplies are going to turn into a little bit of product. Then once you have that product, you can sell your product. Like right now, my product has a value of $219,000. So the Acid Lab is not going to make like the raw numbers like a Cayo Perico heist or the contract. It's not going to make like $1 million per time, but this is just a way you can make money in the background while you can do those other heists. Another thing with the Acid Lab too, I need to go outside to show you all this. So yeah, we need to go over and talk to Mutt. We need to customize the Acid Lab. You can upgrade the Acid Lab. You can get the equipment upgrade. The equipment upgrade is going to cost an extra $250,000, but it's going to be locked. You're going to need to do 10 Fulligans jobs. In order to do Fulligans jobs, you can either talk to Dax, which he is somewhere in here in the Freak Shop. Yeah, you can go over here, you can talk to Dax in order to do a Fulligans jobs, or when you're outside, you can call up Dax and you can start up a Fulligans job. So yeah, if you do 10 of those, you can actually unlock the equipment upgrade, and that's going to make your Acid Lab a lot more profitable. But yeah, that's going to be your fastest way in order to make passive money, just because you should be doing the first dose missions when you just start out GTA Online. So now let's go over another way to make good passive money in GTA Online. So we're going to talk about the bunker. So yeah, these are the bunkers right here. On this account, I have this location right here, the Chumash bunker. I think, yeah, this one's going to be the cheapest one right here, the Polito Forest bunker. It starts at 1.1 million, but probably not the best one to get. Honestly, one of the ones the Chumash bunker I really like. It's really, really cheap for its location. Anything closer to the city is going to be more expensive. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and let's just start talking about the bunker. So the bunker, you don't need to get any upgrades from right here. Maybe personal quarters. That's pretty much it as far as like necessary needs. All right, so here we go. I am at my bunker right here now. Let's go over the main upgrades that you're going to need to get at your bunker. So yeah, we're on the screen right here. Let's go down to buy upgrades, and you're going to need the equipment upgrade and the staff upgrade. These are going to make your bunker run more efficiently, and this will also increase the value of the product. So the equipment upgrade for the bunker is going to cost you $1,155,000, and the staff upgrade is going to cost you $598,000. So it's going to cost you in total $1.7 million more, but the bunker is a very, very good business. With all of these upgrades, you can sell the bunker for over $1 million. And that's even before you can even get a high demand bonus. If you have full supplies, that'll equate to 1/5 of your stock. So you just need to resupply your bunker 5 times, which is going to cost a little bit. It's going to cost a little bit. You have to purchase supplies. Oh yeah, I haven't really talked about that either. With the Acid Lab and with the bunker, you're going to have to purchase supplies. Unless if you do a stash house, which you can get supplies for free then, but you can buy supplies here for $75,000. But as you just heard me say, if you have maxed out stock, you can sell this for $1 million. So that would be $375,000 worth of supplies, and that would make you over $1 million. So that's just over $600,000 worth of profit. And like I said, this is a passive way to make money. So like I said, if you're doing the Cayo Perico heist or you're doing the contract for Dr. Dre, all of this is working in the background as you go ahead and try to complete the Cayo Perico heist or the Dr. Dre contract. So once you complete that, you can come here and you can sell this business off just to make another $1 million once it gets to that point. Or if you want to sell it off earlier, you can do that. Like right now, I don't know, let's go over to my computer right now. It says the value, this is another thing, it says the value is worth $295,000. It's not absolutely true. Because when you click to sell stock, you can sell to Blaine County for $413,000, or you can sell to Los Santos for $619,000. Obviously, I'm basing everything off of selling it to Los Santos, which will give you more money. Because obviously, you're here to make money. So yeah, or I'm basing this off of selling it to Los Santos. So yeah, that's going to be the bunker business. It's very, very good business, but there's one business that is very, very good passive. It's by far the best passive business in the game for a multitude of reasons. So we need to go over to here, Maze Bank foreclosure, and we need to go over to nightclubs. I don't know, this is the one I have on a lot of my accounts, the Mission Row nightclub. I don't have it on this account, but we have it on a lot of our accounts. So yeah, there's going to be some necessary upgrades you're going to need with the nightclub. You're going to need maxed out storage. So purchasing extra floors for my storage facility within the nightclub, it's going to cost an additional $1.7 million, but it's definitely worth it. So here we are. We are at the nightclub right here. Now, there's many ways you can make money within the nightclub. Now you can see in the bottom right hand corner, there's a wall safe with popularity of the nightclub. And well, I don't have a lot of money within my wall safe currently because I have not been doing as I should have been doing. But this wall safe can be very, very profitable. So the wall safe corresponds directly with the nightclub's popularity. You can see that bar in the bottom right hand corner. If the nightclub's popularity is absolutely maxed out, you'll be making $50,000 every 48 minutes, which is one GTA Online day. So you have $50,000 every 48 minutes. That's a good thing. But as the popularity starts to go down, how much money you make per day goes down. So yeah, that's a good way to make passive money, but that is not what we're talking about at all. Go over here to this computer screen. We need to talk about the main way to make money with the nightclub. Okay, here we go. This is the nightclub. I mean, you can look right here. On this account, I've made a lot of money. Made a lot of money with just the nightclub. I mean, look at this. The nightclub itself, the method I just showed you, I've made 16 million off of that. And then the warehouse on this account, I've made 14 million. Thing makes serious money. So yeah, you want to keep your nightclub popularity in order for the wall safe. But we need to go over to warehouse management. It's annoying to get this business started up just because you're going to need a lot of other businesses just to make this business run as efficiently and as effectively as possible. Because with the nightclub, you can purchase these technicians right here. And then when you have these technicians, you can assign them to a specific item, which these specific items correspond to a business. Cargo and shipments, that corresponds with a special cargo warehouse or a hangar. I don't know why they threw a hangar in there too, but if you have a hangar, that counts. Sporting goods, that counts with your bunker. South American imports, that counts for your cola factory, your white stuff. Your pharmaceutical research, that'll count for your methodology lab, aka your blue stuff. Organic produce, that is going to be your grass farm. Printing and copying, that is going to be your document forgery office. And then your cash creation, that is going to correspond with your counterfeit cash factory. So you only have 5 technicians. If you just want to run the nightclub, which honestly, you don't really need all of these businesses. You just need 5 of these businesses. And you need these 5 that I've selected right here. So I have selected cargo and shipment, sporting goods, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creation. I do not have organic produce and printing and copying. So all those businesses aside from the grass farm and the document forgery office, you should get. The thing with the nightclub compared to the other businesses, the acid lab and the bunker that I just talked about, you don't need to purchase any supplies. No supplies are needed. Product just starts rolling in. It is fantastic. So yeah, once you have all this set up along with using your nightclub popularity, you'll be making a lot of money when it comes to the nightclub. So yeah, if you just want to run those 3 businesses in the background, at least those 3 businesses in the background while you do a Cayo Perico heist or a contract, you'll be making money in the background while you actively make money. So yeah, so like I said, once you complete a contract for Dr. Dre, you can go ahead and you can go to a bunker and sell that off. You can go over to your acid lab, sell that off. You can go over to the nightclub and sell that off once it has enough product. So when it comes to the ultimate guide to making millions in GTA Online, that is the secret to making money. You do stuff actively, but in the background, you're also doing stuff passively. So when you combine this active money with the passive money, you're going to be making a ton in GTA Online. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Now you know exactly the best ways to make money in GTA Online. You're starting out as a low level, take advantage of the Cluckenbell farm raid and the first and last dose missions. Then once you have enough money, you can buy the Kasaka so you can do a Cayo Perico heist, or you can buy an agency to do the contract. And then all in the meanwhile, while you do those two things, you have the bunker, the acid lab, and the nightclub running in the background, and you're going to be making some serious money. But make sure you check out this video if you want to see me start out as a level 1 in a bad sport lobby in GTA Online.